What if the fountain of youth isn't a mythical concept? What if we could slow down, even reverse the process of aging? These questions may sound like they're pulled from a science fiction novel, yet they underline one of the most intriguing paradoxes of our existence. Aging is a universal experience, a process that every living organism undergoes. It's as certain as the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. Yet, it's a phenomenon that we humans have a love-hate relationship with. On one hand, we yearn to live longer, to have more time to experience the world, to learn, to grow, and to love. There's a romantic appeal to the idea of having a century or two, or maybe even more, to fully explore this fascinating journey called life. On the other hand, the process of aging is something we often fear and resist. Wrinkles, graying hair, and diminishing strength are seen as signs of decline and loss. And it's not just about the physical changes. The possibility of cognitive decline, the loss of independence, and the fear of becoming a burden are realities we grapple with as we age. This is the paradox that defines our relationship with aging and longevity. We want to live longer, but we're afraid of growing old. We want the wisdom that comes with age, but we dread the physical and cognitive changes that accompany it. It's a conundrum that has baffled philosophers and scientists for centuries. But as our understanding of the human body and its aging process deepens, we are beginning to see the glimmers of a solution. The latest research in the field of aging and longevity is unveiling new possibilities and challenging old beliefs. So how do we navigate this paradox? The answer might be hidden in the latest research on aging and longevity. Join us as we delve into the science of senescence, explore groundbreaking research, question what's fact or fiction, discuss the ethical implications, and envision the future of aging and longevity. In our quest to understand aging, let's delve into the science of senescence. Senescence, in essence, is the biological process of getting old, a natural life cycle stage that every organism must face. But what exactly happens at the cellular level during senescence? That's where things get interesting. The process of senescence starts with DNA damage. Our DNA is like a blueprint guiding the construction and repair of our bodies. Over time, however, this blueprint can get a little worn and torn due to various factors. This damage can lead to mutations, errors in the DNA sequence that can affect cell function and lead to senescence. Next, we have telomere shortening. Telomeres are the protective caps at the ends of our chromosomes that keep our DNA safe. Each time a cell divides, these telomeres get a little shorter. When they become too short, the cell can no longer divide and becomes senescent. This is known as replicative senescence and is a key player in the aging process. And then there's oxidative stress. This occurs when there's an imbalance between the production of free radicals, which are harmful molecules, and the body's ability to counteract their harmful effects. Too much oxidative stress can cause damage to cells, proteins, and DNA, contributing to aging and a range of diseases. But here's the fascinating part. While senescence is a natural and inevitable process, it's not entirely beyond our control. Research is uncovering ways to slow down and even reverse some aspects of senescence. We're learning more about how lifestyle choices, like diet and exercise, can influence these processes. And on the cutting edge of science, researchers are exploring ways to manipulate our DNA and telomeres, potentially unlocking the secrets of longevity. As our understanding of senescence deepens, so does our potential to manipulate it. This is not about chasing the fountain of youth or living forever. It's about understanding the biological processes that shape our lives, so we can live them as healthily and vibrantly as possible. And that, dear friends, is the true science of senescence. Scientists are making groundbreaking strides in the field of longevity. As we delve into this fascinating world, let's first turn our attention to the intriguing concept of caloric restriction. Recent studies suggest that reducing our daily caloric intake by up to 25% may contribute to a longer, healthier life. The theory is that caloric restriction triggers our bodies to enter a state of survival mode, enhancing cellular repair processes and reducing inflammation, potentially leading to increased lifespan. Now, let's move on to another fascinating area of research: the role of proteins called sirtuins. Sirtuins are a family of proteins that have been linked to the regulation of lifespan in many organisms, from yeast to mammals. They play a critical role in cellular health, DNA repair, and inflammation reduction. Research has shown that increasing the activity of sirtuins can potentially extend lifespan, opening up new avenues for anti-aging therapies. But what if we could go beyond merely slowing down the aging process? What if we could actually reverse it? This brings us to the cutting-edge field of regenerative medicine. Imagine a world where damaged tissues and organs could be repaired or even replaced, effectively turning back the clock on aging. Scientists are exploring the potential of stem cells and genetic engineering to make this a reality. From lab-grown organs to breakthroughs in tissue regeneration, these advancements are transforming our understanding of what's possible. In closing, it's important to remember that while these findings are promising, they are just the beginning. Longevity research is a rapidly evolving field, and each new discovery brings us one step closer to understanding the complex puzzle of aging. These scientific advancements paint a promising picture for the future of longevity. Can we really intervene in the aging process? It's a question that has fascinated humanity for centuries, and the answer is increasingly becoming a resounding yes. There are promising interventions being made in the field of aging, with research and technology leading the charge. Senolytic drugs, for instance, are a new class of drugs designed to selectively destroy senescent cells, cells that have stopped dividing and contribute to aging and age-related diseases. These drugs have shown promise in preclinical studies, helping to rejuvenate tissues and extend healthy lifespan in animals. Similarly, the field of gene therapy has opened up new possibilities for intervening in the aging process. By targeting specific genes associated with aging, scientists are beginning to unlock the potential of our own DNA to promote health and longevity. Gene therapies are still in their early stages, but the future looks promising. Then, there are lifestyle modifications. It's long been known that a healthy diet, regular exercise, and good sleep can contribute to a longer, healthier life. But new research is demonstrating just how powerful these interventions can be. Studies have shown that even modest changes to diet and exercise can significantly extend health span, the portion of our lives spent in good health. But it's important to note that the goal of these interventions isn't just to extend lifespan, it's to extend health span. It's not about living forever, but about living better for longer. The focus is on quality of life, not just quantity. We're moving beyond the idea of aging as an inevitable, unchangeable process. Instead, we're beginning to see it as something that can be managed, even optimized. We're not there yet, of course. There's still much we don't know and many challenges ahead. But the progress is real, and it's happening now. The idea of interventions in aging is no longer a distant dream, but a tangible reality. It's an exciting time to be alive, as we witness the dawn of a new era in our understanding and management of aging. As we inch closer to manipulating our lifespan, we must consider the ethical implications. Aging and longevity, two sides of the same coin, have always piqued human curiosity. But as we stand on the brink of possibly extending our lives through scientific intervention, we're compelled to pause and ponder the ethical considerations of such a leap. One such consideration is the question of access. If we were to develop a treatment that slows aging, who gets to benefit from it? Would it be available to everyone, or would it become a luxury for those who can afford it? This raises questions around socioeconomic disparities and the potential widening of the gap between the rich and the poor. Next, we must consider the potential for overpopulation. If everyone starts living significantly longer, it could put a strain on our already stretched resources. How would we manage food, water, and housing for an ever-growing population? Would we need to impose restrictions on birth rates or rethink our approach to consumption and waste production? And then, there's the question of the quality of extended life. If we can prolong human life, can we ensure that these extra years are lived in good health? Or would we merely be extending the period of decline and suffering that often accompanies old age? This raises questions about the purpose of life extension. Is it merely to add years to life, or also life to years? Finally, we must consider the impact on societal structures and relationships. How would longer lives affect our careers, retirement, and family structures? Would we need to redefine these aspects of our life? And if so, how? These ethical considerations are complex and multifaceted, presenting us with a labyrinth of dilemmas. But they are not insurmountable. They require us to engage in thoughtful and inclusive dialogue, to question our assumptions, and to carefully consider the potential consequences of our actions. The ethics of longevity is a complex issue that we must carefully navigate as we move forward. With all this potential to manipulate aging, what does the future hold? It's a question that sparks both curiosity and a sense of wonder. The answer, while not crystal clear, is undeniably fascinating. As we peer into the future, we see a landscape shaped by advancements in the science of aging. With every passing year, our understanding of the human body and its aging process deepens. We're not just talking about wrinkle creams and anti-aging serums here. We're talking about a future where the very biology of aging could be understood and potentially modified. Imagine a world where senescence, the process of cellular aging, is no longer a one-way street. A world where the body's natural wear and tear can be slowed, halted, or even reversed. Breakthroughs in gene therapy, stem cell research, and biotechnology could make this a reality, transforming our understanding of what it means to grow old. But it's not just about living longer, it's about living healthier. The quest for longevity isn't just a quest for more years in our life, but more life in our years. The future could see the development of treatments that don't just extend our lifespan, but improve our health span, the period of our lives spent in good health. The societal impact of such advancements would be monumental. We could be looking at a future where the concepts of retirement, elder care, and even mortality itself are fundamentally redefined. A future where our grandparents, and even we ourselves, could be active, healthy, and productive for decades longer than is currently imaginable. However, the path to this future is not without its challenges. Ethical questions will need to be addressed, resources will need to be allocated, and societal norms may need to be reevaluated. But the potential rewards are immense, not just for individuals, but for society as a whole. The future of aging and longevity is an exciting frontier, full of potential and promise. It's a future that we're not just dreaming of, but actively working towards. And with each scientific breakthrough, we're getting a step closer to turning this dream into a reality. So, what can we take away from all this information on aging and longevity? Firstly, we dove into the intriguing paradox of aging. We discovered that aging is not just a linear process of physical decline, but a complex interplay of biological changes. It's a dance between our genes, environment, and lifestyle choices, where each step and misstep can either speed up or slow down the clock. We then delved into the science of senescence, unraveling the intricate mechanisms that govern the aging process. We learned about telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of our chromosomes that wear down over time, and about free radicals, rogue molecules that can cause cellular damage. We also explored how our bodies try to repair this damage, but sometimes these repair mechanisms fail, leading to the signs of aging we're all familiar with. Our journey into the world of aging and longevity took us through groundbreaking research that's pushing the boundaries of what we know. We looked at studies on calorie restriction, which suggests that a lower calorie intake can increase lifespan. We also discussed the role of certain genes and proteins like the SIRT1 gene and the mTOR pathway that could potentially delay aging. In our quest to separate fact from fiction, we debunked several myths surrounding aging. We learned that aging is not inevitable, and that it's possible to slow down and perhaps even reverse some aspects of the aging process. We also discovered that aging is not synonymous with disease, and that it's possible to age healthily. We also pondered over the ethical implications of longevity. With the possibility of extending human lifespan comes questions about resource allocation, societal structures, and even what it means to be human. Is it fair to extend life when resources are finite? What would it mean for our social structures if people lived for 200 years or even longer? These are complex questions that require careful thought and consideration. Looking into the future of aging and longevity, we explored potential interventions that could change the way we age. From drugs that target aging at the cellular level to regenerative therapies that could replace damaged tissues, the future holds exciting possibilities. We also talked about the role of AI and machine learning in understanding and manipulating the aging process. As we continue to explore the fascinating world of aging and longevity, one thing is clear: the fountain of youth might not be so mythical after all. The journey to understanding aging and longevity is a marathon, not a sprint. But every step we take brings us closer to unlocking the secrets of a long, healthy life. So here's to the scientists, the dreamers, the pioneers, who dare to push the boundaries of what we know, and who dare to dream of a world where aging is not a curse, but a blessing. Because in the end, it's not just about living longer, but about living well.